What's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to rank all the NFL uniforms. And yes, this is before the Ravens, the Falcons rebrands. As well as the Titans rebrand as well. So, without any further ado, let's get started. Bears fans might be upset with this ranking, but these are just my opinions. Yours may differ, and if they do, I would love to hear about them in the comments. And also, this is before the rebrand, so I'm not going to do anything rebrand related here. So, let's go over them. The first one is the Chicago Bears away. And I also say that Lions and Packers fans won't like it, but different stuff's for different people. First up, like I said, the Chicago Bears away uniform. This one is terrible. I mean, the Bears brand in general, I mean, I like the colors, I like the striping, and I like the pants, and I also like the socks as well, but for me, it's just about the logo. Like, the logo on the helmet, like, why are you using that logo? It's just so dull. I also don't like the shoulder patch either. The GSH, in my opinion, doesn't represent Chicago at all. Same thing with the C. I know it was for the Stanleys, but you call it the Bears, not the Staleys now. So, my fix for this is obviously a rebrand, because in my opinion, they definitely need it logo-wise, not necessarily jersey-wise. Same thing with the home uniform. It's really just coming down to the logos here and how they use them on the uniform. I think the overall uniforms for the Bears are actually pretty solid, but since they're my least favorite NFL team, I had to rank them dead last. So yeah. Next up, the Detroit Lions. Same thing with the Lions. I mean, I really like the colors that it shows. The silver helmets, in my mind, the silver helmets just don't really belong. I really wish they would have used like black helmets or blue helmets with these uniforms instead. Yeah. And I also, the Lions logo in general just doesn't have that much detail to it. And you can't even see where the mane starts and where it stops. And you also can't see, the claws. And I feel like it's time for an upgrade in terms of logos again. Same thing with the home uniform. I like the colors and I like the jersey striping. I like the uniform as a whole, but it's just the logo here. Like, really, you could do better than that. And also the name doesn't really make sense, but like the Bears, I would try to rebrand. And also, if you're going to put like a wood mark in front of the jersey, at least have it have some character to it. That's what I'm going to say on all of these uniform sets, really. Next up, the Packers away. For me, it's just too much yellow, in my opinion. Like, if they would have went with green helmets, I feel like it would really benefit here. Or maybe even green pants as well. Especially on the white road uniform. The home's okay. But again, it's just the tremendous amount of yellow in this design. The logo too is just horrible. I mean, and I don't even know if the name is very relevant to Green Bay. Like, when I think of packing industry, I usually think of Chicago, not Green Bay. So, change your name from the Packers to the Oxen, or just choose another name besides the Packers. It doesn't have to be the Oxen. But yeah, also, how does this logo not get trademarked? Because this is the same logo as the Georgia Bulldogs. And I feel like the Georgia Bulldogs could sue the NFL for that. Like, why haven't they? Like, why? I know the Packers were before the Georgia Bulldogs, but it doesn't really matter. Nowadays, I get mixed up. Like, literally. It's like the Dallas Stars and the Chicago Blackhawks. I can't tell them apart. Except for the colors. Next up, the Los Angeles Rams home away uniform. The away uniform for the LA Rams, I just didn't really like the gradient. I don't really like the name, to be honest. But we're talking about the uniforms here, not the name. For the uniforms, I just don't like that gradient. It looks even worse on the away than it does the home. Speaking of the home uniform has the same kind of... Remember, I'm doing this before the rebrand, so... Yeah, the home is just terrible. The old home was terrible. Glad they fixed it. Next up, the Kansas City Chiefs away uniform. Now, the logo is what I have a problem with the most here. I don't mind the red and yellow color palette. I think it's great. It suits Kansas City, but like, what were they thinking? Like, this is a Native American name, and you know how I feel about Native American sports names. So, again, just change the logo, because it's really offensive, especially with the gun law in the US. And guns and arrows are both weapons, so can't use it in professional sports. So you just can't. It's offensive, and I don't really like it. Same thing with the home uniform. Next up, the San Francisco 49ers. I don't really, again, I like the color palette of the 49ers away uniform. Same thing with the home. Think it looks great. No caveats, but, again, the logo is just too simple. The S and F stand for San Francisco, and they actually play in Santa Clara, so why are they still using this logo? No idea, but when it comes to the logo, I'm just not wowed by it. And for me, the logo of the whole uniform breaks it or leaves it. Next up, speaking of breaking uniforms, the away uniform for the Baltimore Ravens and home uniform. Again, why are they using gold here? It just doesn't really make sense to me for the Ravens. This was before the rebrand. The away looks good, but I'm not saying I'm against the gold. I really like the gold, actually. It's unique, but it's kind of giving Saints vibes a little bit. I know they're different teams, but you know, still. Same thing with the home uniform. Same. Glad they changed it to use less of the gold. The Baltimore Ravens are one of the best logos in the league, in my opinion. So it's not the logo here. The Arizona Cardinals away, just too much red, especially here. Like, why is there so much red on this uniform? I mean, I like the red, don't get me wrong, but I just wish that they would use a little less of it. Same thing with the home uniform, although it doesn't, you know, look as bad here. I mean, you guys know I don't like white jerseys, just in general. That's even more the case for football. The Seattle Seahawks, for me it's just a little bit too busy. This is like a stadium series uniform for the NFL, in my opinion. It's too complicated, yeah. I get it, the Seahawks logo is somewhat complicated, but it's actually very simple. And I would just like to say that they are one of the more complicated uniforms in the entire NFL. And I don't really like them because of that. And I like the colors, I just wish that, yeah, oh, I missed a tune here. I'll probably put this Dallas Stars after the Green Bay Packers uniforms. I just don't really like the navy blue. It just doesn't really work for me. Also, I don't like those pants. I wish they would have went with like gray pants or blue pants, in my opinion, because it just would have looked so much better. Or white pants, even. At least on the, you know, the home uniform. The away, I would probably use black or blue pants. I don't really like that cornflower blue at all. It just doesn't resonate with me. And then the logo, you know, the logo is even worse. It's just a star. You're not called the Stars, you're called the Cowboys. Deal with it. The Bengals, I would probably put it in the same kind of category as the Seahawks uniforms. They're just too complicated, in my opinion. And yeah, Too many stripes, in my opinion. Either put it on the shoulders and pants, or just don't use stripes at all. And I would like them to keep stripes, so. And it's unnecessary on the helmet, is what I'm trying to say. Pittsburgh Steelers away uniform. I just don't like the logo again, and to me, the home and away uniform on the sleeves at least have too many stripes as well. I just don't like the logo either. The logo, this logo used to belong to an old steel company. It doesn't exist anymore, so I'd say get a new logo that sparks more interest. And you're called the Steelers, so do better, Steelers. Next, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers home and away uniforms. I think these are actually pretty great. I mean, yeah, my only criticism is that on the away uniform, on the home uniform, they don't use black, they don't use white numbers. They use gray numbers. And that just really ticks me off because gray is not in their traditional color palette. Black is. I do like the black home. I just wish it was a matte, kind of matte black instead of like this kind of shiny gray kind of material. It bothers me. And the logo, again, it could use some updates. Like you could use a hat on the Buccaneers flag, like on that Jolly Roger that they have. Could put a hat on top of there, and yeah. Next, the Philadelphia Eagles. There are multiple things wrong with this brand, actually. I don't like the midnight green, in my opinion. It's just too dark, especially on the home uniform. Like really? You're using that shade of green? I know you're trying to go for a bluish green color, but it just doesn't really work for me. I also don't really like the wings on the helmet. It looks like Captain America. And you're the Philadelphia Eagles. You're not the Philadelphia Captain Americas, right? No, you're the Eagles. Do better. And I would probably pronounce the feathers on, like, wings on the shoulder. I think that would be pretty cool. I also think that, you know, their primary logo should be on there instead, not the wings. It's always bugged me about the Eagles uniforms. Really. Next up, the Jaguars away uniform and home uniform. The home and the aways aren't bad, but like what happened to the black and the yellow? Like those black numbers, those white numbers, those black numbers with yellow trim was top notch in my opinion. I don't know why they didn't do that to begin with. Like, why? You don't have to have the leaping cat across the shoulder, but you do have to implement more black and yellow into the uniform, I feel like. Especially in Jersey. And I also think it would be cool to have black shoulders as well. With the teal being, still keeping teal as the primary color. Next up, the Houston Texans. This one really isn't bad. I mean, I like the Texans brand, you know? They're only one of the brands in the NFL that I actually really like. And with no exceptions. I mean, these uniforms are just gorgeous. I love them. No gripes. No gripes whatsoever. Same thing with the home uniform. The Texans really did a good job when they came into the league in 2002. But I would just give a third color as well. Really well done by the Texans here. The Los Angeles Chargers away uniform. There's one thing about the home and the aways that bother me. Everything else is great. And it's the same reason. The numbers are on the helmet. Why? Like, why is the number on the helmet? That just doesn't make any sense to me. And yeah, I know it's kind of Chargers history to have the number on the helmet, but please remove the numbers off the helmet. Other than that, this uniform set is gorgeous. This is my favorite team in the NFL so far, is the Los Angeles Chargers. Next up, the New York Giants away uniform. No gripes about the away or the home. Actually, there are two gripes about it. The word mark across the chest that spells out the word Giants. It's all capital letters. And I get it, you're the Giants. Actually, that doesn't bother me as much. But what really bothers me is their primary logo. Like, take a look at those letters. Those lowercase letters of N and Y. Naturally, they play in New Jersey. I don't know why they're called the New York Giants. But, yeah, just move them to Manhattan. If you're gonna make them the New York Giants, move them to Manhattan or Long Island, somewhere in New York, just not Brooklyn, because I'm gonna give an expansion. I already gave Brooklyn an expansion team. Anyway, yeah, that's really all that bothers me about this uniform set. Next up, the Minnesota Vikings. One of my favorites in the NFL. Really. Great job by the Vikings here. I mean, really. Just great uniforms here. I forgot to mention the New England Patriots. But they'll probably be on the list of the list because of that logo and also their shoulder patch and also their helmet. I'll explain them in a little bit, but the Vikings, well done here. Excellent uniform set. The only thing I gripe about is why in the world would you use a curved stripe on your top jersey stripe? On the sleeve. Like, isn't there some other striping pattern you could use? I mean, I get it. You're the Vikings. And it's supposed to resemble Viking horns. I get it. But you already have horns on your helmet and in the word mark. So, why are you using it here? I don't know. I don't know. That's my only gripe about it. Next up, the Washington Commanders. Oh, well, same thing with the home uniform. Gorgeous. Just absolutely gorgeous. One of my favorite in the league. Again, it's just that sleeve striping on that one. Next up, the Washington Commanders. I actually liked their uniforms before they rebranded. I'd say the rebrand is actually a very downgrade from their original uniforms. Except the black uniform. I really like the black uniform a lot. But we'll talk about that later. The Washington Commanders. Again, I just don't really have any gripes about this. Yeah, I don't really mind that one says Washington, one says Commanders. I think that's fine. It kind of bothers me, but not as much. The logo, though, the logo's terrible. Like, why are you using this logo? It's just a W. One of the worst in the league, in my opinion, but the jerseys are incredible. I mean, the uniforms. Sorry, not the jerseys, the uniforms. Next up, the Miami Dolphins home and away uniforms. Now, the Dolphins home and away uniforms, some of the best in the league, in my opinion. But again, just like the Steelers, you have too many arm stripes. If you just narrow that down just a little bit, it would be better. And I just don't like the logo here. I just wish they would go back to kind of a modern kind of blend. Keep the current colors and uniforms, but use their throwback logo. I would say that, the same, well, it's really not the same thing for the Eagles, but anyway, moving on to two teams. The New England Patriots, one of the worst in the league, in my opinion. I just forgot to rank them. And it's all because of the logo and the helmet. Again, why are you using silver helmets? Especially, it's not part of your color scheme. The Lions, at least it was, it's part of your color scheme. So, the Patriots is not part of their color scheme. I also don't like that X shoulder patch. Yeah, it's just terrible. I also like that they presented their woodmark with the logo. I don't like that at all. So yeah. Next up, there's one more team that I missed, but I can't really know who it is at this point in time, really. And the New England Patriots slide in below the Bears, so they have worse uniforms. Oh, the Denver Broncos. That's one that I missed. I'd probably put them in the middle of the list, below the Steelers. Actually below the Buccaneers. Pretty good uniforms, but the navy blue just, that weird striping pattern that they have on the side of the jerseys just really bother me, and not really that great, to be honest. I really don't like the shade of blue that they use either. I like the throwback blue kind of more as well. This one I feel like, just like the Falcons, if they went to kind of a neat color, a modern color, a old design, old colors with the modern uniform set minus that stripe along the sides would be one of the best uniforms in the NFL, in my opinion. The Atlanta Falcons will split into below the Baltimore Ravens, but above the Arizona Cardinals, really, because personally I didn't really like the black of their old uniforms, except within the pants. I also really don't like that they put ATL instead of like the word Atlanta across the front instead, but I'm glad that they fixed these. So that is my full NFL uniform ranking. Go ahead and make your own ranking in the comment section down below. If you like sports branding content, be sure to like the video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my latest videos. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Kapow.